Brethren, I pray you sing a new song. Sing praise in the assembly of the righteous. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let the high praise of God be on the mouths of the saints and a two-edged sword in their hands to execute vengeance on the demonic nations and punishments on those peoples, to bind their kings with chains. This honor have all his saints. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Sing to him a new song.
No.
All right. I remember you mentioned something about that, but give me.
Oh yeah, I said if I would have started with that, I wouldn't have had no reason to argue, because that is basically what I said from the jump. Every religion got something in common. Well, it's a smarter version. Mons is more of a dumbed down version. Every religion got something in common.
We finna get into
higher power.
So
you want to read that?
That makes the most sense out of everything so far. More like that. Like this one thing right here. That's what keeps me shutting up right now.
Bear with me. We're going to get to that. Give me that.
Baruch 4 and 4?
Baruch, yeah, come.
Con, it said, Baruch chapter 4 and verse 4. O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to God are made known unto us.
So what is that thing that was made known unto us? The things that please God. I mean, yeah, the things that please God. You know? Like you said, when we went to the commandments, don't commit idolatry. That's pleasing to the Most High. We're supposed to deal with him, you know? But read that though.
God, it's the book of Psalms, chapter 147 and verse 19. He showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He has not dealt so with any nation. And as far as his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord.
So Khan, he showed his statutes and his judgments unto Israel, unto us, his chosen. And when it went to the other nations, they start coming up with stuff like that. When the book got into their hand, they start coming up with serving the Mecca. They start coming up with serving the wood, the cross. You know, it was never supposed to belong in their hand. The Bible speaks on it. Said, why do the wicked have my covenant in their mouth?
Does this sound like? All right, I just want to ask, like, what I think religion is, and I just want to ask how similar it is to what y'all think it is. And this will basically just tell me if like y'all are really right or in my opinion.
Okay.
Basically, religion was created by a man who wished to oppress everybody. You got people who are taken to a place and now they don't know anything and they're just dumb. They're scared, looking for something to believe in or something to follow. So now you got this man, the oppressor, who takes a religion and makes up just a random man that you're never gonna actually get to see or really hear of or talk about, or he's not gonna talk to you. You know, it's some man that got a gown on that you're gonna believe in, right? And now everybody's like, oh, cool. He can tell us what to do and how to do it. So now everybody's following this man, thinking they're following the higher power, and they're just following one person that wishes to control everybody.
So that's what you think. That's what you.
So that's what you're saying that religion is?
Yeah, a way to control everybody. Keep an ignorant person who doesn't know anything.
I'll say yeah.
Can I say something? So everything on the planet Earth, dealing back with common, basic stuff, right? Basic. Is every bird the same? No. You got some birds that can fly higher than others, right? Some birds are bigger than others.
You got some birds that can't even fly.
So you got some birds that can't even fly.
I know.
So there's hierarchy in everything. I said everything. What is everything?
Literally everything.
Everything, right? So even in the human world, or even as humans, like you said, there's a hierarchy. The Most High God, the Creator of all things, can a white man stand out in the sun as long as you?
No.
Have you ever gotten sunburn or sun cancer? No. So
the melanin in my skin.
So we're not created equal. Simple, right?
I always do that.
But I'm dealing with you with simplicity,
Okay.
right? To make it, we don't want to overcomplicate anything.
All right.
We want to keep it simple. So everything is, there's some things that are greater than others, right? There's some brothers that their mental ability is greater than mine. You see what I'm saying? But as of right now, we're dealing with simplicity just to make things simple to understand, right? Everything has a hierarchy. Some things are greater, some things aren't. Human beings, same way. That was my That's what I wanted to say. Go ahead.
But back to what you were saying about the whole religion thing, I agree. People created religion to take over, you know, a certain amount of people. That's why we say this is not a religion. We don't want everybody in this. We don't care for everybody to be in this. You know what I'm saying?
God, so this is to prove that with the Bible too. This is Colossians chapter 2 and verse 8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of man, that's talking about religion, after the rudiment of the world and not after Christ. So you gotta beware of those things. Take heed. You need to be able to discern what's going on. So
You mean Psalms 106:35. But Khan, back to what I was saying. You remember how we was talking about how we got the things that please God. We got the law, statutes, and commandments. We're not supposed to serve wood and stone. The thing that makes you stay here is that image right there. Khan. Well, yes, we got that thing to where we not supposed to worship idols. And read that.
this is Psalms 106 verse 35. But were mingled among the heathen and learned their works.
Khan. So we were mingled among the heathen for not following the things that please the Most High. We got dispersed. I'm sure they went over that with you. We got dispersed. We got took over here in cargo slave ships, took over there. You know, we separated. Like you said, it's a curse to be alone. It's a curse to not be around your people. That verse just said we were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. What were their works? Get that.
This is Ezekiel chapter 20 and verse 32. And that which cometh into your mind shall not be at all, that ye say, we will be as the heathen, as the families of the countries, to serve wood and stone.
So we will be as the heathen to serve wood and stone. That's in the Bible. That's in the book of Ezekiel. Ezekiel wrote that like thousands of years ago. But look how recent that is. That's a picture. They didn't have pictures back in Ezekiel times. That's a prophecy.
And heathens are the people that's not on this side.
Exactly. We got mingled among the heathens and learned their works. You see how we making all this stuff link up? You see how we making it rock? Yeah. And we linked it up with some prophecy. Cause but when we got dispersed, that was the prophecy.
So which side is bad?
No side is bad. Look.
Which side is not the right side?
No. Look. This is the biblical term for your nationality. This is what the white man gave us. They gave us Negroes, but really in the Bible we Judah. They gave us West Indies, but really we Benjamin. They gave us North American Indians, but really we Gad. You get what I'm saying? So neither side is bad. We all Israel. This is all Israel. This is your people. You people with Mexicans, Indians, Cubans. You know, that's your family. You get what I'm saying? And you understand that prophecy that I just broke down to you, that we was gonna be mingled among the heathen and serve wood and stone? That makes sense. Every religion they ain't got prophecy.
God!
They can't link stuff up and make it come to pass. Only we can link stuff up and make it come to pass. You wanna know why? Because we got the man that created everything.
That's right!
He created all this.
Only us. Nobody else.
Exactly. Only us.
So let's say any other race wanted to come and look, or
It ain't a religion. They can't. They not welcome.
That's why I read Joel 2:27. It says, "For I am in the midst of Israel, and I am the Lord their God, and none else. And my people shall never be ashamed."
You see what happened when we got mingled with the heathen? We start serving wood and stone. I just read it to you. Once we started getting with them, we start serving gold calves. We start serving wood. We start serving stone. We serve stuff that we make with our own hands.
Come on now.
But y'all don't think it's bad to,
To weed them out?
Nah, necessarily. I guess exclude people.
No, because we start getting into bullshit like that.
And that's in the Bible.
But let's
Hey,
say,
so simply put, can you link yourself? Can you go and be an Asian?
no,
Because
but
it's their
It's
heritage.
the same thing with us.
It's the same thing. So why do we got to involve everybody else now? If we can't go to China and do that, I can't be like, hey, how come I'm not in your constitution? What's going on? That's their constitution.
yeah.
This is ours.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Because I can't be a Buddhist.
Yeah.
Hey, I can tell you this. They got their gods.
Done.
They got their own gods.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? They got Zeus older than them.
But it's not the true and living God.
Exactly.
Idol.
Exactly.
Idolatry.
We got the God that can tell the future, past, present. The Bible is a history book. We don't associate it with religion. We associate this with history.
Right.
We go in here to see what happened in history. What happened to our people. How did these nations get above us? We go to and find that out. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. Here, I got another prophecy. What's up?
Who y'all think was more? Who y'all think when let's say y'all accomplish everything? What path are y'all gonna follow? The path to y'all gonna go take more of a route that Martin Luther King took, or more of a Malcolm X kind of way?
Malcolm X? I say Malcolm X because he ain't let no white people in this thing. But that's what he believes.
But
I'm not saying I'm
towards
not.
the end, I know that. I'm talking about actions and all of that. Action wise, you're gonna speak. You're gonna take actual action.
We're gonna take action. Words mean nothing.
And we're not going to do it on our own will.
Exactly.
The Most High, He's going to give us the go to do that.
Exactly.
The Bible says, "Vengeance is of the Lord." Vengeance is of the Lord, because the Most High is angry at the other nations for what they doing to His chosen people. So He's building us up right now. That's why you're in front of us right now, to listen and learn what your heritage. Because at the end all be all, He's going to raise the children of Israel back up, and He's going to pour out His wrath on the other nations. He's going to pour out His anger on the other nations.
Hey, get that curse. Get Obadiah 1.
God, it's the Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flight. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
So kind, a nation of tongue that we do not understand. But it said they're going to come as swift as the eagle flies. What's the national bird?
An eagle. The language you don't understand would be English.
Exactly. It makes sense. Look.
Hey, the Greek bird was American eagle. The Roman bird, American eagle.
Spanish.
My only problem is it means that everything I done read and learned and went over and did would be considered a lie.
Exactly.
Which means that for like the second time, that means I'm gonna have to forget about everything I learned and everything.
All praises.
That's what we want you to do. Because Christ said you can't come to Him unless you be born again anyway.
Right.
So you gotta forget everything. He said, "Come to me as a babe." We can actually get that.
I got.
Well, I'm in the process of learning how to be good at the moment.
Alright. You are in the process of learning how to be good.
No, like I mean in literal sense. Like I came.
Yeah, we talking about literal sense.
I was like,
We're not talking about this
literally be good and do something with my life.
So I got a point. So we're trying to show you what is good, right? I'm gonna read something that we're not supposed to do, a commandment, right? This is Leviticus 19, and I'm gonna read this, and you tell me if it's good or it's beneficial for our people. Leviticus 19 and verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. So if we don't hate our brother, right, there would be no crime going on amongst each other, right?
There will be no.
Is that a good thing? Is that beneficial?
There'll be no crime getting in nowhere.
But as for us, right?
That's very beneficial.
So that's a good thing. So we're in the process of showing you how to be a good person.
Exactly.
That was my point.
I mean, yeah, they trump us in number, but physically, we're born better. We're a lot better.
That's what I was going to pull out too. Yeah.
Actually, African American,
Our
our anatomy physically is always better whether we work out or not.
Who made that anatomy?
The higher power. I'm finna prove it to you.
It's the Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto Himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So that's why we physically better than them in anything we do. Because He chose us.
34:16. He chose us. He chose us to break down these prophecies. He chose us to break down this book. Because when the book got into their hands, they came up with that.
Hey, Salakia, if I may.
Yeah, they did come up with a lot of shit I could argue with.
Exactly.
So, Salakia. So, holy means to be separate, or to be separated, right? So we're supposed to be separated from them, right? The one time in our unrighteous state that we separated from them, we ruled Tulsa, Oklahoma. right? Tossed Black Wall Street. You know that? You know anything about that?
Yeah, my
We
uncle got a documentary about it.
right. Hey, we blew up as a people when we separated ourselves from them.
And then they took that all away.
And they took it all away because the Most High God, He said, "You're not doing it righteously." Right? We didn't do it righteously.
Not doing it my way.
We're not doing it the Most High God's way. Right? So we have to follow after Him and then come back. Right? Go ahead.
Hey, get that real quick.
So is that like anything, I can look up myself?
Yeah, I got you on this last verse. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 34 and verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail. Slack it. None shall want her mate. For my mouth it had commanded, and the spirit it had gathered them.
So at first it said, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read, right? And then it said, none of these shall fail, and none shall want her mate. What do you think none shall want her mate mean?
Say it one more time.
It says that none
Nothing.
should want her mate. What do you think that means?
It's okay if you don't know.
Yeah, it's all right. Look, I got you.
None shall want her mate.
Basically, it's
No
saying-
other female wants the woman's man?
But it's talking about a book.
Read it again.
Read it again.
God. Verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail. None shall want her mate.
None should want her mate. Basically, what that's saying is, you don't need another book to go with this book. Like all that stuff you say you be reading, all that is vain. It's vexation of spirit. It's
So
vexation.
basically what you're telling me, I done spent a lot of my time reading,
Yes.
learning
We
all
all
of this
did.
stuff.
We all did.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, can I make one? No, but you can use it.
I mean,
with
you
the
can
most
use-
I got against and prove that it's wrong and it's
Yeah,
lying.
that's true. I mean, I done read a lot up on a lot of psychology and everything, and that's when I learned like a lot of human thought process is the same, and knowing that it helps you breeze right through a lot of stuff.
So like,
But I can't find that. I can't find nothing. I can't find nothing to battle with this.
Can't. It's the
It
truth.
can't. It's the truth.
My only thing is though,
You battling with it.
Exactly.
because are y'all
what?
like let's say y'all are wrong or something. Like
We not saying nothing. It's the Bible.
Yeah, hold on. Grab it.
God. This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 8. For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth.
Like you said, I can't find nothing to battle this.
Huh.
You can't. You can't. It's the truth. How you gonna argue with the truth? You can't put a little bit like, nah, maybe this is. No, you can't go against the truth. Christians can't go against the truth.
God.
Muslims can't go against the truth.
God.
The Chinese man can't go against the truth.
God.
We can't go against the truth.
God.
You know what I'm saying? You can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is just get down with it.
Muslim definitely got the closest.
Man, they ain't even got the closest. You
I'm
wanna know why?
talking-
You wanna know why?
How come?
Because they tried to add another book with the Bible. When the Bible just said none should want her mate.
Cut.
Hey,
I'm
you know-
talking about all religions.
Hey, and you know why they the closest? Because they get everything from that book.
Don't the word Quran means to recite?
Yup. And recite means to copy.
Hey, and then some of their books, some of their books got that we are special people that, you know.
Only problem with Muslims is they'll kill their own.
No, it's just a book.
Hey, in the Quran they say they gon' in their kingdom they getting like 72 virgin boys.
So what are y'all
That's not my
broadcasting this on?
YouTube.
Okay.
Read that though.
Did you get that flyer? It's okay.
Class time Monday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, and we always start at 9. And when you call in, just reach your phone and plug it in. And this is the number. It's on YouTube, and that's our Facebook.
Alright, but get that Ecclesiastes 12 and 12.
God, this is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 12. And further, by these, my son, be admonished of making many books. There is no end, and such studies, in much studies, is a weariness of the flesh.
So kind of like all you said, you're doing all this studying and all this studying and all this studying, but it's weariness of the flesh. That's tiring, and to be able to not even get the truth.
Ain't that the truth? Because no matter what the hell I read, I gotta go on over and over again, and then it's just a headache, and then my brain overloads, and then I start getting headaches, and then I start not to be able to remember everything. and it's too much, and everything stumbles over one another.
Hey.
And then after a while, you know, I'm just mentally stressed out, and I can't do anything.
The Bible speaks to that too. It says, "Eat so much honey." It says, "Eat so much honey as sufficient for thee, unless thou vomit." The more you study and study and study, like you just said, you're gonna get confused and lost, and you're gonna vomit all that up.
And that's going back to the scripture we just read, the weariness of the flesh.
Weariness of the flesh. Now you like, damn, I gotta restudy all this again. And look, get this.
This is 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 7. Ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth.
You always learning, but you can't get this.
You can't get to the truth.
You can't get to the truth. You like, damn, bro, this sounds good, but nah, maybe this, maybe this, but you never got the truth.
As many people as that have told me I'm smart, everything that improved that I was smart, but I ain't smart.
Hey,
Or no, I ain't gonna never say I'm not smart, you know, because in today's society, everything that I know is considered very smart. Or, you know, some of it, I ain't gonna say everything.
hey, I can
But-
say this. Hey, the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High.
Yes, my only thing, like,
Everything that you
y'all
said,
beat me at my own game.
exactly. Everything that you said, you came up here.
The Most High beating you at your game.
Hey, you came up here with some kind of thinking you had some kind of knowledge, and you put yourself a little bit on the pedestal. Like the world tell me I'm smart. The world tell me I got this. But what did the Most High tell you? You come up here to some brothers that got wisdom and got confounded.
And
You know what I'm saying?
I can't even lie. My name for the higher power that I believe in is the Most High. That's what really kills me.
You ain't got no choice but to get down. You ain't got no choice but to get down. Hey, finish that on that 12 and 13.
Converse, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep His commandments. For this is the whole duty of man.
That's the whole duty
I'm gonna
of
keep
man.
reading on that. For God shall bring every work into judgment, with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
Hey, and like you said earlier, bro. Not like you said, but he told me to get a precept saying that every word is gonna come into judgment. You know what I'm saying? Like what you said earlier, maybe he messed up. But now you seeing this is true. I can't argue with this. Now you gotta repent. Now you gotta make up for that. Cause you like, damn, I didn't know they was gonna show me no prophecy on wood and stone on the Mecca, on the cross. I ain't know they was gonna bust down like that. Now look, it's the truth. Now you figured out everything you learned was a lie.
I never thought about incorporating psychology into this.
No. Hey, that's why the scriptures say pride goeth before destruction and the haughty spirit before a fall. He came up with a haughty spirit thinking he was gonna teach us.
Exactly.
Then you gotta fall.
He said you gotta fall.
So my style got a precept. So this is Matthew chapter 23 and verse 12. And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted.
Bro, if you would have came up here in a humble spirit, we would have dealt with you.
And we would have been already on this topic.
We would have been done. You would have been like, all right, y'all, you would have probably, Shalom. You probably would have said Shalom or something. You probably would have been out. But guess what? You came up here with a haughty spirit. Like, you know, you said to my elder, you said, you can't teach me nothing. I got all the knowledge. He told you to wait fire. You ain't give him no answer.
Can you really be upset with a person who thought they knew but really didn't? You know,
Yes.
who has been learning, who has been taught false things?
A lie. A lie. That's why I said come up here humbly.
But
You're supposed to come up here humbly. You're not supposed to come up here thinking you got something.
That's why the Bible say a haughty spirit goeth before a fall.
Before a fall, you didn't fell down. Now you looking back like, damn, that was foolish of me.
it ain't gonna take too long for me to learn all this stuff, though.
Hey, what he say? He said
He said it ain't gonna take me too long to learn all this stuff.
Hey,
No, but you do want to take your time though. You don't want to.
like you just said, you getting us. It's like that in the truth too. You start studying so much and you vomit it all up. You don't want to do that.
I ain't gonna stop learning what I've been teaching myself, though. You still gotta know that to get somewhere.
Hey, you right. You still got to know that. You know, to be able to prove that's just a lie.
What have you been teaching yourself?
Basic psychology and self-awareness.
Ain't nothing wrong with learning that, bro.
I'm not, I ain't saying nothing wrong with it. I mean, I just didn't know. I wasn't here for that conversation.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead. What did you say? You got something?
I feel like I got some. Hebrews chapter 5 and verse 12. For when the time ye ought to be teachers, you have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of God.
Hey, you thought you was a teacher. You thought you'd come up here and teach, but the Bible says you got one need to teach you again. That'd be the first principles and the oracles of God.
You've been taught again.
Exactly. We're going into the oracles. We're going into the oracles. we was all in the world just like you.
God.
Everything we learned, we was like, nah. You know, that Bible probably, nah, that seemed tainted. That seemed like, whoop, somebody could have went in there and just wrote anything they wanted right in there. That ain't right. But the Bible say, you know, you have
That
one to
means
teach you
that
again.
everything that I ever tried to achieve, like I'm never gonna do. Like like the point of learning, you know, basic psychology and individuality and shit like that, and self-awareness is so I could become an actual individual. Because I don't believe in individuality. That's why I learned all of this stuff, so I can separate myself from all of that and become an individual. But what this is telling me is more so I should be with my people. So I guess we're supposed to. So I guess to modify my plan, instead of individuality, I would have to be focused on us as the individual people rather than the individual person.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, you got it.
Bro, you got it, bro. You already had it in the bag. You just gotta, you know, the Bible say, woe to him that is alone.
Right.
Because who gonna help you up? I got that. Here, you got it.
But what does woe mean, though?
That means sorrow. Woe and destruction. Sorrow and destruction.
Destruction to he that is alone.
Destruction to him that is alone. It's like, say somebody run up and knock you down. Who gonna help you get back up?
I got this. I got it right here though.
Nobody.
Go be your own.
How?
You got knocked down. Like today, you just got knocked down. Ain't nobody here to back you up.
Now we here to we here to help
We
you
here
up,
to lift
though.
you up. You know what I'm saying? We humbled you.
Yeah, I
You
got
good now.
Yeah, I got this though. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verse 9. Two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he have not another to help him up.
Exactly. It's saying what it's saying. You got the message. Woe to him that is alone. He ain't got another to help him up. And like you said, maybe you got to start figuring out how to be an individual people instead of an individual person. You know, maybe you got to gather yourself with your people and be about your people instead of just being about yourself.
Hey, that's what the Bible teaches.
Exactly. It takes more than one person to build a building.
I read somewhere once that this world is inevitably doomed if everyone can't come together, you know, and decide to make a change. You know, like everything's fun. And everything that I've read, I can't even remember specifically. But it's all this, but it's the same thing, but focused on one heritage.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yeah, gather together, O nation not desired.
God, we supposed to gather ourselves. And like you were saying, the world is doomed if we don't all come together. Guess what? It was one point in time where we did all come together. It's called the Tower of Babel. And God separated us. We're not supposed to be together. We got it all together just to build a tower to heaven. That's all we could come up with. Like, really?
I mean, I always looked at a world. I mean, I always looked at how the world is supposed to be. You with your people where you belong. You with your people. You with your people. You with your people. And I mean, when you look at, like, all right, in prisons. My uncle, when he's been in prison, and basically, this is exactly what he's explained to me. You got the Mexicans, you know, the essays, they all getting along. You know, they got some type of democracy, and even though it's in jail, they still have some type of democracy going on. The white folks, the Asians, everybody in there do. And then, you know, black people do, but amongst themselves, it's still separation. You got gang, you got Bloods, Crips, and all of that. And so, out of all these religions, not religions, but out of all of these races or heritages, it seems like the one that's most fucked up and most separated is our heritage.
And you don't even know. We more fucked up than what you think. You wanna know why? Because Mexicans is the same people as us. You know?
They hate
Natives is the same thing exactly, and they hate us. And guess what? We hate each other. We tribe banging. Get that though.
God, it's the
Sadly.
book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother, and towards the wife of his bosom, and towards the remnant of his children which he shall leave.
And toward the remnant of his children which he shall leave. What community is known to have a fatherless home?
Black community, the hood.
Exactly. This is Deuteronomy. Moses wrote this
And then
centuries ago.
Yeah, and then it also made another point that we will have an evil eye toward one another. That's talking about black on black crime, whether it's in gangs, in jail. It's always going to be a division amongst our people until we come back to the law, statutes, and commandments.
Exactly. Black on Mexican crime. We know they hate each other. We don't like each other.
That's why we
But
out
why? It's because of this curse. It's because we didn't follow the law, statute, commandments. That's why we here. You straight?
I can't lie. Ah, shit.
Ain't nothing to argue about.
In a way, I'm gonna say I damn near. I ain't gonna say. I never hate my people. I never gonna kill another man, another man the same as me.
Yeah.
But I've only ever had that need, or not need, but that I never really felt the need to kill towards that man because that's the only person that made me feel that way. I never got threatened by no other race or heritage, but it's always another nigga threatening to kill me. So now I'm in that position. Now I'm in that position where shit.
And they should be your of your own.
And at the end of the, it's either you or them. Because I don't want my life to be cut short if I feel like I don't deserve to die yet.
Exactly. But your life will get cut short if you ain't keeping these law, statutes, and commandments. That's what we've been trying to tell you this whole time. Choose life or death. If you don't keep these law, statutes, commandments, and keep the faith, your life will get cut short.
That's why I said there's a way that seems right toward man, but the ways thereof are the ways of death. If you lean on the Most High, He's going to give you everlasting life. But I got this scripture though. It says, "In a man's foes." You listening? It says, "A man's foes," meaning a man's enemies. A man's enemy shall be they of his own household. So you're gonna have enemies amongst your own household.
Hey,
that makes 100% true. Actually, that's the whole reason. I'm kind of part of the reason. Part of the reason I'm out here also. My family is just we're so separated.
So and then, what though? Why do you know why are y'all separated?
You know now. You should know.
Since that night y'all helped me at Brahms.
Huh?
Since that night y'all helped me at Brahms.
Yeah, I remember.
They started my Social Security, and I started working construction.
Oh, praise!
So basically, I'm getting Social Security and working under the table to support myself.
Hey! They pimped out.
Good news. I can't tell. Good news.
Hey, that's what we do for our people, you know?
Hey, but like I was asking, why is your people in your household so separated? Why is that? Because it's spiritual. That's what I'm looking for. It's curses. It's curses put on us. It ain't just happening in your household.
It's happening to everybody.
Exactly. Not these heathens though. They cool. They straight.
They're not giving the curses.
Exactly. They straight.
I got an analogy.
Then what is everybody else?
That's a great question. I got an analogy. You know, let's just say you got a son, and your son at the park playing with all the other kids. But those kids, they do something you don't allow, and your son with them. You're gonna only punish your son. You're not worried about the other people. That's the same way the Most High is towards us, because we are His people and He's our God. He's gonna punish the other nations for what they did to us. But
what I'm trying to wrap my head around is where did the other people come from? Is that more like?
He's gonna answer your question.
Is that like? They say something like sometimes the world creates shit to counteract what people do. Would that mean that the other people would be considered the pollution and that the world counteracts and that aren't supposed to be here?
They're the enemy.
Like, how do I explain it?
We finna get with these other people that's here. I want this one first though.
yeah, I'm right. So this is 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 54. And after these, Adam, also whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures,
We all come from Adam, right?
of him come we all.
Then come we all.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
The Israelites. We also come from Adam. People we know the Israelites. Go ahead.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord.
I do the right thing. I promise you in this hood. I promise to God y'all is.
Thank you, sis.
So look, it says, as for the other
listen.
Huh?
Hey, it's all right.
I'm here to word.
It's
I know the words, not what I'm saying right now.
so let's leave it at that.
It ain't that much money, but I can still go in my pocket and pull out $100 if I want to. Now I can go in my pocket and pull out $100 if I want to.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? That's a blessing.
All praise.
How would y'all help him?
We seen him at Brahms one time and he asked us and we just helped him.
But like,
I've known him
like,
before though. I know him. I've known him from
I'm talking
somewhere.
about like the under the table thing, y'all.
What you mean? Oh, Undertaker? No. Let's get to this first.
Yeah. So look, listen, yeah. So I'm gonna read it from the top again. And it says, and after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all. So
come from Adam.
yeah, we all come from Adam. God damn, I lost my place. Of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen.
The Israelites.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
The Lord made the world for our sakes. You know?
The world was made for us.
Exactly. He gave us the most fertile land. The most fertile land was for us. Go ahead.
As for the other people,
As for the other people, the Gentiles, the heathens,
which also come of Adam,
they also come from Adam.
thou hast said that they are nothing,
They are nothing. Go ahead.
but be like unto spittle,
You know what spittle is? Spit.
and has likened the abundance of them until a drop that falleth from a vessel.
Basically, say I'm carrying a bucket full of water. I drop a little drop of water. I'm not finna be like, damn, I need that back.
That's greedy.
Hey,
That's how the most I feel about the other nations.
exactly. They nothing. Like, damn, I drop some water. All right, cool, whatever.
I'm gonna keep
going.
reading. Though. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathens,
These heathens.
which have ever been reputed as nothing.
Hey, they've been reputed as nothing since the beginning.
They always had that reputation as being nothing.
Exactly. They dirty. They ain't got nothing going on. They just nothing. Go ahead.
Have begun to be lords over us and to devour us.
But somehow they above us. Somehow all the presidents is white until Barack Obama. Somehow, you know, we in the field and they in the house chilling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They over us. How? How is that?
It's curses.
Exactly.
I got more.
That's all it is. Go
Hey,
ahead.
it's more than that. But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy first born, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands.
Kind. He called us his firstborn. He said Israel is my firstborn.
It's more
He
than that.
love us. But yeah, we found in their hand, we found in nothing hand. He literally said they're nothing. They're likened unto spit. His chosen people are found in the hands of spit.
Hey, that's funny.
Like,
I
bro,
got-
go ahead.
Verse 59. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world?
Why don't we possess an inheritance?
Like,
How-
we don't own anything.
Exactly.
Right.
It
But
says,
the Asian dudes who just got here
Right.
from Korea,
Exactly.
Hey,
they
it
got
says-
the corner store at the end of the block.
it says how long?
Exactly.
It says how long will this endure?
Exactly. How long will it endure?
Until we decide we don't want to be oppressed no more. And the only way.
Until we decide to come back to Him.
Hey, get this. Gospel preached to the whole world.
Okay, yeah.
You know what that is?
I get it.
This is when we getting out of here. Because then I'm going to bring it back to what you said earlier, but get that.
This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations.
This
And
gospel.
hear the word.
So the gospel.
5 minutes.
Hey.
Yeah.
All right, listen. So the gospel that he's talking about is the Bible.
God.
See?
And then shall the end come.
And then shall the end come. We're going to get out of this when this gospel reach the whole world. But like you said earlier, why are we out here? Y'all ain't doing nothing. Why y'all talking to people that's just walking by?
It's
But
why we out here.
Hey, but we got you to listen.
God.
You over here like, damn, this is the truth. Everything I've been taught is a lie. But hey, the gospel reached you. That's why we out here. You ain't the only person that come out here and listen. When we be out here preaching to the wind sometimes, it be like a lot of people that just come up here and listen. Like, damn, what y'all talking about is right. You know? Like, damn, I'm starting to figure this out. It's true. Like that one lady that just came up. How you think she heard the truth? Because brothers like us out here teaching on this, out here. On the highways and byways. We out here preaching this word.
You know what's crazy? When I was younger, I had an uncle and my pops used to always try to teach me this stuff. I never understood it. Like they always said they ain't had no religion. I used to ask them because we got Arab, we got Arabic names like y'all Muslim. My uncle, no, hell no, nigga, that's bullshit. I don't believe in that shit.
Yeah.
So what do you believe in? He ain't never had no answer because he never knew a name for it. But this has got to be what he been teaching me because.
And going back to the scripture, this gospel shall be preached into the all the world, because when the end come, you personally in that day can't say you never heard of what we out here teaching.
Exactly.
You can't say that.
Exactly.
And that goes for any and everybody on this earth.
Nobody got an excuse.
Nobody.
There's no excuses, bro. Bring it out. That's what I'm saying. Like when you gonna have to get down. You either gonna get down or lay down. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and that's going back to the scripture. You either choose life or death. This is you're giving it right now.
I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot of less hostility nowadays. There's a lot less hostility now that I done shut the hell up in the South.
Exactly. Humble. You got humble. Now you learning. Now we building. Now we working. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. He's finna get the gospel for you though.
God, so we said we gotta preach the gospel into the whole world, right? This is the gospel. Isaiah chapter 61:1. The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, because the Lord has anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted.
Right.
To
We are broken-hearted people out here on 61st. Continue.
To proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of prisons to them that are bound.
Hey, like you just said, you had a family member that was locked up. You know, this is talking about our people. This is for our people. We coming out here to preach the good news to our people. Go ahead.
Slakia. To proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, and the day of vengeance of our God, to comfort all that mourn, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beautiful ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he might be glorified. And they shall build the oasis.
Hey, this is going into what the heathen gonna do. When we get into the kingdom, when all this is said and done, like when the gospel reach the whole world and the Most High come back, you know, Yahweh come back, Jesus, whenever he come back.
Wait, say that name again?
Yahweh.
What does that start with? Why?
Yeah.
Yahshua. That's what I was trying to say.
That's like modern. I think that's like modern Hebrew or something. But that ain't what we got. We got
say that the name one more time.
Yahweh.
And that doesn't. What does that have to do with all this again? You said nothing.
That's the song name.
Yahweh. That's Jesus. What people call Jesus.
That's who I meant. Cause some people say that the Y came first before J and
J wasn't invented until like 1600s. So they wasn't saying J nothing.
Yeah. So
You know, Jehovah, Jar, Shem, Jules. They wasn't saying none of that.
Yeah. That's what I knew. I knew that.
So yeah.
You know what that's scripture?
We get.
Oh, I got something.
But basically,
Damn, it was more daylight than it was when I first got over here.
this is Jesus of Lubeck was a carrack built in the free city of Lubeck in early 60th century, around 1540. The ship, which had mostly been used for representative purposes, was acquired by Henry, King of England, to augment his fleet. The ship saw action during the French invasion of the Isle of Wight in 1545.
Right, so the point of this is, it was the name of a slave ship. It was called Jesus of Lubeck. It was a slave ship that the England, they used. So when you call it Jesus, bro, they name everything after themselves.
All right. You know this?
Reaganomics. It's named after Ronald Reagan.
Also, African in America, that's named after themselves. They tell you that they named their countries after themselves.
Yeah, the Bible do speak of that. Them naming the countries and everything that they come upon after themselves. Street names, you know. All this is just named after them. Africa.
Last name.
Exactly. Last name.
In reality, there's no devil battling against it. It's all really just us making wrong decisions.
Hey, you're kind of right, because you want to know why? The devil worked for the Most High.
And he's not really anything against it. He's just the bad that's in charge of looking over the bad and dealing with it. And I guess in a matter of sense, because I used to think of it as more like a bet. You know?
All I can tell you is you're getting a little too deep.
I'm about to say, don't start the search.
You're getting a little too deep.
I'm messing around and lose and do that thing again.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah, you don't
Read
want to
that
get
though.
too deep.
Read that though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 4. And they shall build the oasis, They shall raise up the former desolations, and they shall repair the waste cities, the desolation of many generations.
So basically, they're gonna repair the waste cities. These heathens, they're gonna repair the waste cities, and everything basically that we came and wrecked. Because when your house shot come back, he gonna fuck some shit up. And that's just, through the fury and vengeance of his father. You wanna know why? Because they touched the apple of God's eye. They touched us. They had us like this. That's not how stuff is, that's not how the Most High rock it. He just said he called us his firstborn.
And it's funny because in all these pictures, you can just tell that they look like the black hair looks physically stronger than the white.
Exactly. Exactly. How do you think they got us? It's got to be spiritual. It's got to be something spiritual behind it.
The Most High gave us to them.
Exactly. It's got to be something spiritual behind it. So you got to
But I got something.
Yeah, I've been had some for this purpose.
Somebody get
Hey, he said something. Say that again.
I said almost like he created them just for this purpose.
Hey, he did.
Okay, let me get
Hey, I want to read this though real quick. This is Isaiah 42 verse 22. This is you said your uncle was in prison. All right, so this is for him. This is a curse too. It says, but this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes. Like we always get trapped up some type of way, whether it's by the police. We always in some type of snare and trap. It says, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey and none delivered, for a spoil and none saith restored. So the point was like we are all snared in prison houses. Because you find most of our people, the Israelites, in prison. That's a curse.
That also makes sense.
That's a curse.
Bro, all this stuff makes sense.
The Bible.
All
of
stuff.
it makes
That's why there's no contradiction.
Exactly.
When you know what's going on, like when old girl came up, she said, once you start learning who you are, according to the Bible, everything makes sense. She said everything starts making sense, and it does.
Go ahead, read that.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 20. Nay, but O men, who art thou that repliest against God? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it? Why hast thou made me thus?
All right, look, basically this is what it's saying. If you go into art class or whatever, and you make you a little sculpture, you make a bowl. Can the bowl look at you and be like, why'd you make me a bowl? I wanted to be a cup.
No, a human can't know.
How?
How can how can a human be like, why did you make me?
Yeah, why'd you make me like that?
Well,
It can't.
why?
It can't.
Why can't I be like? So why can't I ask why I'm like this?
This is why. Can a bowl say that to you?
No.
Exactly.
It's the same thing with the Most High.
Because how can a creation question it? Question is created.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
wouldn't the real question be why? I guess so.
It ain't no question.
Yeah, I was just finna say that.
Hey,
There's no
keep
question.
reading, it's gonna tell you.
Don't answer that. Verse
So the
21.
question isn't who I am or why I am, but just I am, and I should do as I should.
Exactly.
Verse 21. Has not the powder power over the clay? Of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor?
All right, so look, basically, you making a bowl to honor, but you making another bowl to dishonor. Like, I'm just those bullshit in this bowl, but this bowl, I like this bowl. I'm gonna put this up. I might throw this in my mama house.
And that's also going into him creating something to honor, which is us, and something to dishonor, which is the other nations. It's gonna get into that. Read that again.
Exactly.
So you make all these nations, but you really only care about one.
Yeah.
So isn't that like having like
Favoritism?
Yes.
Yeah,
How did you, hold on,
like
hold on.
three? That's just like having. That's like Doughboy and Ricky.
Hold on.
So clearly, Doughboy was the least favorite.
Do you got a favorite pair of shoes?
No,
You don't?
no, I just
You got a favorite pair of something? Food, snack,
Favorite
friend.
color.
Proverbs
You got
11
a
and 1.
favorite something. Don't
I got
say you
a
don't.
favorite movie.
You got
All
a
right, so
favorite
you got a
movie.
favorite movie.
You got a favorite movie. The Most High has favorites too. That's just how it works.
Double standards again. You can't argue with double standards. They just are.
Hey, he the one
You
who
get
gave
that?
you that spirit of
Proverbs 11
favoritism.
and 1.
You get all this from the Most High. He has a favorite flower. He has a favorite bird. He has a favorite people. Just because he got a favorite bird, do that mean he shouldn't have just created all the other birds? They got something to do on the earth.
They got their job.
They got their life.
But their purpose.
They got their purpose, same as us.
Hey, I got a scripture going into that double
And
standard
he can
that you
do
were talking
anything.
about.
Can he do anything? If he can do anything he wants, why not? I know no one.
You questioning him again. Don't do it. Don't do that. Don't do it.
It ain't
But I got a scripture though.
Check this out.
This is double standards right here. Proverbs 11 and 1. A false balance is an abomination unto the Lord, but a just weight is his delight.
Just say, hey, he make good, he make evil.
Right.
He
If
make
it's all
bad,
good, it's like it. Go ahead.
it's like he make peace, he make war. He can do that. Just like we was reading in Romans. He made a vessel to honor and a vessel to dishonor. He made Israel to honor, and he made Esau. Yeah, we're gonna get to it. He made Esau to dishonor. Go ahead.
Con, verse 23.
Or the other nations. Go ahead.
Verse 22. What if God willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endure with much long suffering, the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction?
The vessels of wrath fitted to destruction. What if he wanted to make his power known? What if he did all this for a reason? You know, put the white man on top. Did all of that.
Just to knock him down.
Just to knock him down.
To show his power in the earth.
Because the Most High can do that.
Because we have people that's atheists who don't believe in God. So he got to show that power so the world would know, like, I'm the true and living God, the God of Israel.
And they did at one time, and they're going to know it again.
Exactly. I think it's more than that, too.
It is. But exactly, though. He can do that. You want to know why? Because he can do what he want to do. That's what you got to understand. The Most High can do as he want to do. He can do as he please. It's a story in Judges, basically.
But what about the rest of us?
What do you mean, what about the rest of us? Like I said, get down to lay down. It's just as simple as that.
So as he does what he wants to do, we do whatever he tells us to do.
Exactly. That's what we're supposed to do. What is the conclusion of the whole matter?
Fear God
and keep his commandments. That's our job. We're not supposed to worry about other people's jobs.
So how can you fear something that you don't know or really understand?
That's why you understand it now.
I got you, bro. Cause you acting like a prophet that he don't know about, but he wanted to question the Most High too much. He wanted to question everything. Why did you do this? Why did you do that? Ask him the same question you asked him.
Y'all give me a because, hats is off.
Huh?
Well, if y'all can give me a because today,
Watch this. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 4 and verse 2. And said, thy heart has gone too far in this world, and thinkest thou to comprehend the way of the Most High?
Hey, your heart too far in this world, but you think you can comprehend the ways of the Most High.
it's not that I want to comprehend them. It's more like I never really seen myself as following just one thing and doing everything that one thing says, and it's just something. It's just like it's new.
Then said I,
that's where I exercise.
Yeah, my Lord. And he answered me and said, I am sent to show thee 3 ways, and to set forth 3 similitudes before thee. Whereof, if thou can declare me one, I will show thee also the way that thou desirest to see.
Basically, he's saying if you can declare one of these, he'll show you everything you want to know, basically. Go ahead.
And I show thee from whence the wicked heart cometh. And I said, tell on, my Lord. Then said he unto me, go thy way, weigh me the weight of fire.
He asked him to weigh fire.
Or measure me the blast of wind.
Or measure the blast of wind.
Or call me again the day that is past.
Can you call yesterday? Can you call yesterday back?
Can you get yesterday?
Basically. You can't do that, can you?
I can wait for Wednesday and do the same thing all over again, but
You
that's
can't-
really not the same.
Exactly. You can't call yesterday back. But go ahead.
Then answered I and said, what man is able to do that thou shouldest ask of such things of me?
Exactly. You can't understand the things that you see every day, but yet you trying to understand the things of the spirit world. You trying to understand how the Most High works.
So what's the point of having questions if we're not allowed to question?
Because he wants you to be obedient.
You can't question him.
Exactly.
You can't question him.
But ain't
You
no
can
point
question
in,
everything else, not
but
him.
ain't no point in questioning nobody else if no one else knows, if no one else truly knows anything.
Hold on.
Should I get out that edge that I showed you earlier? Because it's kind of going to that. I don't even get it yet. I don't know. Hey, basically, all you need to know is keep the law, statutes, commandments, and keep the faith, Doc.
Let's start
I
there.
guess, okay.
Hey, and come to class.
Basically.
Huh?
Start there, and there's a number on that flyer.
I seen it.
Yeah, and you can just.
So where's the peace? When does the peace come?
When does the peace come?
You know, doing all of this, like, I'm not saying, I know you're never supposed to expect the reward, but when does it end and you can finally sit calmly and be like, finally?
Hey, DeBart. Yeah. What was that scripture you got out other day? When it said there shall be no more sorrow. You got it? Go ahead.
God, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 4. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away.
Basically, that's what you're asking. When is all this peace going to come? When the former things is passed. When we get the kingdom.
God.
When the righteous is in rulership.
God.
That's when.
And that could be long after us, huh?
It could be, but hey, if you get on this line, it could go quicker.
Get on this side.
Hey, it could come a lot quicker. But it, Most High, we ain't waiting on the Most High. The Most High waiting on us.
Exactly. So you also got to keep in mind that he's going to come like a thief in the night. Like we don't know when he's going to come.
Bring it
So
out,
like you said, he could come 1,000 years from now, or he could come tomorrow. We don't know.
You know what else makes a lot of sense?
But
It makes sense that an individual race will want to be on this earth. That it's supposed to be on the earth because the world can't sustain everybody. Like it's literally a fact. It's too. Basically, all the races all over the world spread out the way they are. It's too many people. The world, like the earth itself, can't sustain itself with everyone spread out in like that. If so, it makes sense that the world is fucking up if something that's here really ain't supposed to be here or isn't really cared enough about to be here is fucking it up. You know what I mean?
Bro, all I can tell you is we fucking up. Like,
at one point, there weren't too many people in our earth, but the first people were definitely
Righteous rule. What is that?
Were
What
definitely
is that? You got that?
our heritage.
righteous rule, the people mourn. I mean, when righteous rule, the people rejoice.
Right.
But when the wicked are in rulership, the people mourn.
Right.
God, so I got a question. So why you ask about like when the peace gonna be? You want peace?
Well, I just feel like there is no point in following nothing if I ain't gonna find some type of peace.
Okay, so we showed you that it should be peace, right? We showed you no mourning, no sorrow, no pain, right?
Yes.
And we said that's the kingdom, right? This is how you get the kingdom. This is Revelations 22 and 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates of the city, to the city. So if you want to enter into a place where it's peace, where there's no pain, no sorrow, and none of that, you have to keep the commandments and have faith in Christ. That's something you have to do. It ain't no, I feel like this, or let me search all these books and be knowledgeable of all things. Just keep the commandments and have faith in Christ.
The commandments never said thou shalt not smoke a blunt, so I'm cool with that.
I was gonna get a precept to that, but hey, y'all can deal with that though.
alright, so you saying, commandment saying, thou shalt never smoke a blunt.
I said, it don't say thou shalt not smoke, can't smoke a blunt. So
What is
Alright, is there?
what's in a blunt?
Weed.
Weed, right? That's an herb, right?
Yeah.
You got it? You got that herb, bearing seed? Go ahead and get that.
Oh yeah, Genesis 1:30. God, it's the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 30. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat, and it was so.
What is meat used for?
Eating.
Food, sustenance.
Food. Exactly. Do you smoke meat?
Hell no.
Exactly.
Same with the green herb.
Same with the green herb. He said he given every herb bearing seed for meat.
Not to smoke.
Exactly. Well, go ahead, read that.
Makes sense, right?
It's the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 3, and verse 16. Know ye not that you are the temple of God?
Pay attention to this.
God, verse 16. Know ye not, Slakia, know you not that you are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy. For the
Smoking defiles the temple. He said, any man defile the temple of God, which you are the temple of God, he gonna destroy you.
So just basic off of that, getting some little bit more understanding on it. He said, no man should defile the temple of God, right? So is any type of smoke good for the human body? No. Smoke is bad for the body. You cough. It's a symbol showing that it's bad. It doesn't want it in it. You see what I'm saying? That smoke is not, the body don't want the smoke in it. You see what I'm saying? So no smoke is good for the body. None.
Alright. Edibles.
That's a different thing. That's a different thing.
I know, that's why I said edibles.
Yeah, that's a different thing.
That was just kind of making a joke.
Does the weed they make today have seed in it?
Huh?
The weed they have today, do they have seed in it?
Like seeds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got seeds. The stuff they got in the lab right now is baby.
Oh yeah, everyone knows.
The stuff that they
I
making,
know.
It's damn near K2.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't.
Oh no, I ain't gonna say that. See,
I don't need to get all in the science about it, but you know.
But I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But there's a big ass difference. The two causes a chemical imbalance in your brain that causes you to go crazy.
Go ahead. But so you know how people, I'm gonna give an example. People smoke weed and be like, you know, for health reason, you know, I'm schizophrenic. You know, I got
you still gonna get lung cancer at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I got the scripture for you. So this is Wisdom of Solomon 16:12. For it was neither herb nor mollifying plaster that restored them to health, but thy word, O Lord, which healeth all things. So his word, you know, the Bible, you know, everything he spoke that, you know, he written down, you know, he gave to the prophets to write down. That's what restored them to health. You know, you read things, you like, damn, you know, that makes sense. And then you know, you start glowing, like the brother say, you start glowing in your face, like people be like, damn, you know, what you doing? You know, I'm reading these scriptures, you know, I'm getting down with it. You know, that's what restored them to health, not, you know, sitting back, smoking 5 blunts, you know, got a bong with them. That's not gonna help.
does it make y'all happy doing this?
Yes. Waking our people up.
It's sweet to us like honey. We love reading this stuff, getting wisdom. Do you like learning?
Oh, of course.
Exactly. We love learning.
Get that? Get that.
I got it in my bag.
But basically, we love learning.
I ain't never just been learning like stuff on this shit to where I can keep moving forward.
You can always keep moving forward.
No, like I mean, there's nothing you can look up to keep moving forward like this far ahead. Or I ain't found it yet.
So let me ask you this: what do you need to be doing? If you learned anything, what did you learn today? What do you need to be doing?
Well, at this point, it's a lot of, you know, it's not to take in. So thinking long and hard, and I need to understand this shit more.
What was the whole conclusion that we told you?
Just to basically stop everything I'm doing and worship this guy. No, I mean not in that way, but like I mean I didn't mean to say it like that, but like
Dear God. Do it. Look. Say it.
Know it.
Say it. We're gonna do it for you.
worship thy creator as I am the creation and have no right to do anything else.
Be obedient.
Yeah.
Be obedient and have faith and do it willingly. It ain't nothing like holding us back. Ain't nothing like, you know,
It ain't
hard
like we
for
not
us to
gonna-
do, you know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day, we're gonna get blessed for doing it. If you don't do it, you're gonna get cursed. So that's up to you. That's
Like-
that life or death. That's that situation again.
Like, bro, it ain't nothing really just to where it's like grievous or nothing.
Mm.
I was chilling before I came up here. Just came up, I wanted to come up here. We wouldn't be out here if it was against our own way. Like, bro, we want to be up here.
Yeah.
We want to teach. We want to get you on this side. You know what I'm saying?
And we want you to want to get on this side.
It ain't nothing like, you know.
Options.
Yeah,
It's up
bro.
to you.
Hey, the scriptures say, dang, what is it? The ways of a man have. What is it?
Wait, what? There's a way.
No, who can know his own way?
Oh
Basically.
yeah.
What is that? I can't paraphrase right now. No.
Talking about the
Goings are of the Lord. Man's goings are of the Lord. Who therefore can know his own way?
Hey, ask him right there. The grade. The grade.
Oh. Huh? What am I doing out here? Preaching the gospel. Kind of gospel. Matthew 10, actually.
Come on,
Give me Isaiah 61. We got you. Matthew 10 and verse 5. Go ahead.
Time. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 5. These 12 Jesus sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
So this is what's commanded of us, basically. We're not supposed to go to the Gentiles. We're supposed to come to y'all.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And as ye go, preach, saying, The kingdom of heaven is at hand.
The kingdom of heaven is at hand. basically our salvation is nearer than what we believe. You know, we all have to get right. Are you a sinner?
We all sinners.
We all sinners? What is sin? How do you know we all sinners if you don't know what sin is?
We all sin though.
How do you know what is sin?
We all sin, man. You know what I mean? Don't put me on blast. You know what I'm saying? We all sin though.
I'm not. But I just want a simple answer. What is sin?
Man, you can't find that sin. You know what I'm saying? Different sins is different. You know what I mean? Nation.
That's fine. Somebody grab me what sin is.
This is Book of 1 John, chapter 3 and verse 4. Whosoever committed sin, transgression also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law.
So sin is the transgression of the law. The law is found in the book.
that somewhere too.
You know?
Yeah, but the book you read, man, that ain't, you know what I mean? It can be passed down, it can be broken to different people, you know what I'm saying? It's practice, you know what I'm saying? Hey, this is on, you know what I mean? I ain't knocking it, you know what I'm saying? I ain't knocking it at all.
What's your name again?
Yusef Simone.
Yusef. I got you like that.
So the book could be tampered. You're saying basically the book could be tampered with.
Hope one day y'all rule the world.
Hey, we want you with us.
Broke down, you know what I'm saying? Then people that wrote it, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I don't believe it, you know what I mean?
You don't believe in it?
I don't believe in that, you know what I mean? I don't believe that's not the, you know what I mean? What I believe in, you know what I'm saying? But each his own, you know what I mean? But I
Feel that? But how do you know everybody is sinning if you don't believe in that?
everybody's sinning, you know what I'm saying?
But you don't believe in the book that speaks on sin.
Hey, bro. You read about that. You read about that, you know what I mean?
You do better for
At the
us.
same time,
Nah, yeah, keep talking to him now.
So what do you believe in? Let me ask you that. Let's start with ground one. What do you believe in?
well, I believe in, I ain't
Deuteronomy
gonna say
7:6.
I believe in, you know what I'm saying? But
Give me Deuteronomy commandments.
I believe in, you know what I'm saying? It ain't what other people believe in, you know what I mean?
That's fine. What we believe in ain't what other people believe in.
What you're reading, though, you know what I mean?
What if, you know what prophecy is? Basically something that was written a long time ago that's coming to pass today.
Okay.
That's how we know that the Bible is real. You know? Give me that. Deuteronomy 28:54.
Guys, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 50. You want 54?
Yeah.
Come, select it. 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother, and towards the wife of his bosom, and towards the remnant of his children which he shall leave.
So in whose community today is it known they grow up with fatherless households? Huh? Blacks.
Yeah.
Exactly. Who else?
It's a prophecy.
Hey, exactly.
You're right, man.
I know.
Hey, I got another point. And it also says they should have an evil eye towards one another. Who know for killing black on black crime. That's a prophecy.
Exactly. I'm gonna give you another prophecy. Give me Exodus 22.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Okay, so if you don't know, in Exodus we was in Egypt. We was captives in Egypt. Moses, the Israelites, us, we was captives in Egypt. He said he's gonna bring us back into Egypt again with ships. But where we were at on that land, there was no water. Ain't no water. So how can you go back into Egypt with ships? Yeah, Exodus 22.
This is Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt,
First Egypt.
out of the house of bondage.
So Egypt is cold. It's cold basically for house of bondage, basically slavery. Who was brought to America? Like basically, who was brought as slaves to on ships? Transatlantic. How you say it? Transatlantic slave trade.
Yeah.
That's us. And this is in Deuteronomy. This is written so long ago. Read it again.
God, I'm gonna
Yeah,
put
man,
Egypt.
but like I said, you know what I'm saying? It's been passed down, it's been written, you know what I'm saying? It's been written, but hey, I ain't knocking what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? I salute, you know what I'm saying? Nothing but respect. Come on,
I mean,
brother.
but how are you going?
I'm not knocking it, you know what I mean? I respect
feel that.
it. I respect it, you know what I mean? I salute it. I see y'all passed me, you know what I'm saying? I salute it, you know what I'm saying? Y'all keep your hands up, you know what I mean?
But how can you get right though? If you're not doing
I mean, I'm gonna get right, you know what I'm saying? But I don't, you know, I'm not gonna get right, you know what I'm saying? By, I can't even answer that. I can't even answer that right now.
it, but
I can't.
what do you know what right is? How you know what right is?
You know what's right now.
Exactly.
Question, man. Dude, hey, I'm gonna come back, man. I'm gonna come back when I'm sober, you know what I mean?
All right, hold on. Let me get you this and then I'll let you go. Get a couple
Okay.
Exodus 12:13.
I got some.
Like this.
I'm gonna just quote it. The scriptures also say, "There's a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the ways thereof are the ways of death." Proverbs 3:5. Lean not unto thy own understanding. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
So that's the whole duty of man. Fear God to keep his commandments. And if you go through the prophecies, like I just showed you two prophecies that, two.
Showed me, but no, you told me, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
I showed you through the scriptures.
Okay, man.
I just read it. We just read it.
He read it, not you, you know what I mean? But I get what you're saying.
All right, yeah. He read the prophecy, and you already knew off tops.
Yeah.
Black people, this is us. Oh yeah, we was brought over on slave ships. You know?
Yes, sir.
This is all talking about us through prophecy.
That's right.
Every other religion or every other doctrine or teaching, they don't have prophecies. They can't back nothing. They can't back nothing that they say up, but we can. We got countless of prophecies in the Bible. Go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy 28 and 16. Curse shall not be in the city. When you look around in the city, we curse me at the bottoms and the slums, right?
Exactly.
And curse shall not be in the field. What is this?
Taking cotton.
Cursed in the field. We was out here yesterday. It was a helicopter. It was like 5-8 cops over there chasing our people.
Yeah, man, that's cool, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Why do they do it though?
Because we cursed as a people.
Get 28:15. Why do they do it?
This is
Man,
Deuteronomy
you preach it, man. Y'all got this, man.
28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So we in this predicament because we didn't listen to our God.
You're right about that. You're right.
That's
So
why we
you
here.
believe it's only one God, though?
Most definitely. Well, hold on. When you say
You said
one
most
God,
definitely.
when you, hold on. When you say one God, what do you mean by God? What do God mean?
You believe in one God, though, right?
What do God mean?
To me, I believe that's more than just one God. It could be, you know what I'm saying, you believe a God is a man or you believe he's a woman.
We don't believe he's no woman, but God just means power. That's all that means.
Yeah, man.
Now, when you say do we believe in one God, do we believe in one person who created everything?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay, yeah.
we do. We do believe in that. But the Bible says that we are gods. The Bible says that, but that only means powers. We get our power from our power.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yes, we do only believe in one, the Most High, basically. We believe in, the Father. We only believe in one of them.
Yeah,
It ain't
man.
multiple.
I like that. I'm gonna come back, man. Y'all gonna be here tomorrow?
Saturday.
Saturday? Okay, man. I like that, man. Yeah, man.
You gonna be looking for, what's your name?
MJ.
MJ? I'm Aaron.
MJ. You say Aaron?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Joe?
Never.
Joe?
English.
Who?
Demetrius.
Demetrius? Joe?
Jeremiah.
Who?
Jeremiah in
That's
English.
my little brother's name.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
blind. Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But basically, all that I can leave you with,
Meet you guys.
nice to meet you too.
Yes, sir.
But all I can leave you with right now until Saturday, if you say you're gonna be up here Saturday, I'm gonna hold you to that.
I'm gonna come through, man.
All right, so if you say you're gonna be here Saturday, we're gonna have more for you.
Okay.
All I can leave you with right now is keep the law, statutes, commandments, and keep the faith in who they call Jesus Christ.
Okay.
That's all I can leave you with right now.
All right, man. We'll
Come back soberly.
I'm gonna come back soberly. I'm gonna come with some stuff, some questions, and all that.
Hey, this whole book is about you and your people. Okay.
You talking about this book?
The Bible.
Bible, yo, I don't, you know what I mean? This
Hey, we can
Bible,
talk about it
it's been
Saturday.
written.
We can talk
It's
about
been
it
passed
Saturday.
down, you know what I'm saying?
But it identifies you.
I don't believe it identifies me. You know
We
what I'm
got
saying?
it. We got it. Joe 30.
But we're gonna come back, man. I'm gonna come back, man, Saturday. What time?
Saturday, around like 3. Around 3, I believe.
Okay.
God.
Me, you guys,
It's the
man.
book of Job, chapter 30 and verse 30. My skin is black upon me, and my bones are burned with heat.
My skin is black. Hey, hey.
All right, man.
Look like it's talking about you, right?
You got me out, man.
Hey, all right.
I'll be back. I will be back.
All right.
I'll stay up.
It's the book of Song of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 5. I am black, but comely.
What?
I am
Black but comely.
O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon.
Talking about you, MJ.
That was a boy or girl?
I think that was a female. But
You know what I'm saying? Oh no, she's fine.
hey, with that, you want to call Allah Yahweh,
Hashem,
Ba'ashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah.
Shah.
And, you know, like the elder always say, death to America.
Death to America.
Death to America.
Death to America.